Thank you all for welcoming me here today. I appreciate being able to come and chat it up at your symposium a little bit. I've been asked to address recreation on the Stanislaus River. I've worked for the Corps for about 6 years now, so I'm relatively new, and have a little bit to say about recreation. That's kind of my side of the house. I appreciated what Dr. Lucy said earlier today regarding the Calaveras and not having access points. So Stanislaus, I guess, is one of the lucky rivers here today because we have a significant amount of access on the Stanislaus, and that's what the Corps has done, worked to negotiate those access points. So basically we have 9 developed parks along the Stanislaus River, and that is providing what we need in terms of what some of the other rivers are missing. So with recreation, with those access points, what we're providing is some fly fishing and some river rafting. Those are some of the significant things that we are working towards with concessionaires, permits, people that are licensed to work on the river. The fly fishing, we appreciate that these people are picking up the licenses and helping us with some of the education of the habitat, the environment. They're taking people in on trips, and they're talking to them about some of the things that they need to know so that the riparian areas are a little bit protected, some species information, that sort of thing. So that's usually on the upper part of the Stanislaus. Then the other part is the rafting concessionaires on the river as well. We have an upper section on the Stanislaus River, as many of you know, which is what we would call an expert level whitewater rafting. And so we like having concessionaires for that because they have guides, they have the right equipment, they're getting into life vests. We're minimizing fatalities on the river. We've been very fortunate for the last 5 to not have any incidences like that associated with some of the concessionaires and that sort of thing. So we have brought down that part of it. On the lower part of the Stanislaus, that's the place where people want to come to. That's where the rapids are not as big. It's a great family outing, a time for people to get out. We have 2 or 3 licenses that we've been working on these last several months to ensure that they will be able to provide services for the next 1 to 5 years. So that's been something a little bit new that we're doing. We appreciate these folks because what they bring to it again is the life jacket education. They also provide some education regarding technique on the river, so people aren't just getting in something that they've inflated from a local store and not wearing a life vest, not bringing anything with them, and are probably have equipment that's under certified to be on the river. So we appreciate that. They're also educating about the places to get out at the parks, use the land access points that the Corps has provided so that you're minimizing the impact to the other areas along the river that we'd like to try to keep. Some of them are mitigation areas, some of them are people's personal property, that type of thing. So providing those places and continuing to work to keep them nice is what we're trying to do, part of what we're trying to do anyway, because I'm only talking about recreation today. So the other thing that we provide is day use through these parks. What can you do with day use? Picnicking. We also have events that people can reserve certain areas and have larger events or family events in a park type atmosphere. Birding, fishing, all those things are, we have areas that are set aside for just those specific things in different parks. And so my favorite though, I think the one that I come back to, and the thing I think that changes people a little bit, is when they're able to come down to the river and just be at the river, just interact with the water. I say interact because it's very cold, so it's hard to swim, but people want to be there. They want the lower levels. They want to be able to go out and stand and be part of it. And I think that's actually my favorite thing. It's what I like to see. We take the kids down there and we let them see a different side of things so that they gain the appreciation for just how important the river is, and taking care of it too. A lot of talk about you know, the basic things with children, picking up your trash, that sort of thing, but we feel it's important. Other ways that we provide recreation are tours, that sort of thing. We have an information center. The information center has a museum, and it has a beautiful historical district that is on the National Register. Knights Ferry, the community was where Ulysses S. Grant's wife's family lived, so we're on the National Historic Register there. So there are tours. The bridge that goes over the river, which is the longest covered bridge west of the Mississippi, is in contention to be on the National Monument status, so we're working on that right now. These are things where people can come and look over onto the river, see that. So that's another thing that we're providing. Hunting, small amount of that. It's not widely used on the Stanislaus. There is some duck hunting out there. It's not widely used because of the houses being close, but it is something that is legal to do. Public events, large public events in our parks, peddlers fair, kids fishing day at a pond that's not on the river. We stock it so that kids can have that experience and learn the process of doing it correctly and taking care of the environment around them. And that's about all I can think of in terms of recreation. I think I've kind of looked my notes over, but I am on duty, as Margaret said, so if there are any specific questions, I would welcome you to email me at the Corps. It's heather.j.wright at the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, so I would definitely welcome that.
Do you know how many people, visitor days you have in the parks?
We use ours by visitor hours and also by visitors, and the visitor hours is an extrapolation from, but it's like, let me think. Can I take a look really quick? I am going to have to look at that really fast. I'll hand that off to you. In the hundreds of thousands for people, actual people that walk across our grounds and come out to the park. In the millions, up in the millions of terms of visitor hours. But visitor hours are an extrapolation of a core term, so. And we count vehicles, not people, so it's a little bit skewed. I apologize for that. All right, thank you very much.